All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Seeds of Music. I'm your host, Kyle Limbs, and this is the #1 web show where aspiring independent artists and do-it-yourself musicians can learn right now how to gain wider exposure, grow a strong base of raving fans, and make a living doing what they love. Now, I hope all of you guys had a really awesome holiday season, Christmas and New Year. And I apologize ahead of time if I cough a couple times. I'll try to cough away from the mic. I caught a little bit more than my fair share of Christmas spirit over the holidays, so I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but still going to push through today's episode. Now, since we are into 2014, the new year, I'm going to be doing some things a little bit different. Occasionally, instead of having an interview, I'm going to give what's called a mini lesson, which will be a quick tip on how to better use social media or your website, or getting just general tips on getting better exposure that I use as an entrepreneur and that a lot of successful entrepreneurs and musicians use online as well. So in this first little mini lesson, we're going to be talking about getting your posts seen on Facebook, because the sad truth about Facebook is that everything that runs through Facebook actually goes to something called the Newsfeed. Now, let's say you post your status update or upload a photo or a comment on someone else's post. Really, the place where people consume all of their content is in the Newsfeed. And right here I have two screenshots of my own Newsfeed, and I can see my sister, I guess she was partying with two Jack Sparrows on New Year's Eve. And so you can see here that whenever you come to your newsfeed, there's a lot to look at. On the left-hand corner, you have all your control panels with the chat box at the bottom. And then in the center, you have the actual newsfeed, which is just kind of a timeline organization of every person that you're friends with, what they post. It could be suggested pages from companies that are actually paying money to have those posts show up in your newsfeed, even though you may have not liked their page yet. So if you can see right below the picture of my sister with the Jack Sparrow guys, there's a Shopify suggested post. It'd be kind of hard to see, but it's actually right around here. There's an image there and Shopify suggested post, like the page. So they're hoping to capture my attention so that I'll say, okay, I'll like their page that way. And then a few other text posts and so on and so forth. Now the trick with the newsfeed, like I said, is this is where everyone consumes their content. When you create a Facebook fan page, your fans aren't really going to your fan page every day or even once a week to consume your content, read your posts or check up on you. They're really just relying on stuff landing in their newsfeed. And there's a hidden algorithm that no one knows 100% sure how it works, because Facebook keeps it updated and they don't want people gaming the system. But this hidden algorithm determines what shows up on your Facebook newsfeed. So you can see on the two images I put before that it's very, very cluttered and it competes a lot for your attention. But even though no one knows that can penetrate the deep secrets of the mathematical algorithm that Facebook uses, there are definitely some key points that that everyone knows makes a huge difference. And I'm going to share that with you. So how you're going to stand out with Facebook is having consistency with your posts, posting with images and increasing engagement. We'll start first with consistency. Now, really, this is very, very simple. You just set a schedule to post at and stick to it. And this could be that you decide to post 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, with 2 times a day on Saturday, and then once on Sunday, or maybe you'll do 2 posts a day for a week. Just set a schedule for a short amount of time. If you're just starting this out, like make a dedication to do 3 posts on Facebook a day for a week straight, just to build the habit of it. But it's that consistency that you have to have, because when people are on Facebook consuming content and media, you need to be at the top of their mind. And in order to do that, you have to consistently be in front of them. So like I said, you're going to have consistency with the times that you post, The type of posts that you use could be text or images, quotes, links, and also have consistency with your tone of voice. So, I would just suggest you post like you talk. That way you can keep it very personal. You don't want to one week be posting like yourself and the next week be posting like Bill Cosby, or I don't know, just that kind of, I know that's a kind of a way out there example, but you don't want to just post something that's more specific to who you are, and the next thing you're like, hey kids, check out the Jello pudding or whatever Bill Cosby would actually say if you have a Facebook page. But onward to the next topic we're talking about is posting with images. Now, images, if you can post images on your Facebook fan page, I recommend that you do that, because images capture the person's eye. So if you have a fan who is looking at their newsfeed and a piece of your content lands on there, and you have like a really captivating image, their eye's going to jump to there first, and then they're going to read actually what you have to say. So images are the absolute best to go with. If you can make them bright, sharp, and have like, catching colors, eye-catching colors, like, greens and yellows, then yeah, you can do that. But don't go, don't go overboard with it. The point is that these are the few aspects that make images really pop out. But you obviously, if that's not part of your brand, of you as a musician, not part of your look, your overall essence, having like really bright colored images, then you wouldn't do that all the time. But basically, if you can get yourself a camera, borrow it from someone, buy a cheap camera, and start taking images of just anything, and using that to post with, and it doesn't necessarily have to directly relate to your music. You could take a picture of your dog, or take a picture of a restaurant you just ate at, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that with increased engagement. And so what is engagement? Engagement on Facebook is basically the comments that you receive, the likes, and the shares on your posts. You want to encourage people to build this engagement by using a CTA, or what's called a call to action. And your call to action could be to share this if you agree, or like this page if you like Gretsch guitars, like if you post an image of your Gretsch guitar, or you could ask a question, ask a compelling question as part of your Facebook post, and people will comment back as an answer to that. So encouraging people to comment, like, and share in creative ways is at the heart of increasing engagement. Now, you need to think critically about like your audience and what interests them. These are the people who are listening to your music, and you don't always want to post about your music or what you're doing musically. Otherwise, it's really limiting your scope of how you can engage with your fans on Facebook. So you need to think about other things that interest them. So let's say, for example, a lot of your fans are also into watching The Walking Dead, and you know this, and you go buy like a resin like action zombie figure for, I don't know if they sell that for Walking Dead, or you get that. Let's say you get the comic, okay, and you're like, you get volume 1 of Walking Dead, and you're about to start reading it, and you take a picture of it, and you're like, about to start reading volume 1 of this, and that's all you say, and you don't talk about your music or your track that you're releasing. You just talk about, you tell this little story about how you just picked this up from the library, and their fans will respond to that, and it gives them a separate avenue for them to connect with you than just your music. And this connections that you're going to make are critical to your success with building your fans online. And the other thing is that, if they're like monster truck rallies, then you could post something related to that. Now, obviously, if you're not if you're not interested in Walking Dead or monster truck rallies, that's fine. But your fans will appreciate you going out of the way to post some news on the things that interest them. It just shows that you care and you're looking out for them. And I can guarantee you that there are not many musicians that are taking it this far in terms of building relationships with their fans. So if you do that, if you try to reach out to them about things that interest them, and put them first, you will be you'll be light years ahead of the majority of musicians who are trying to build a presence online and get exposure through Facebook or any social media for that matter. So a great way of tracking how much your engagement is you're getting on your posts. Obviously you need some way to know if what you're doing is working. Well, you'll get that with Facebook Insights. Now, to get to Facebook Insights, you just have to go to your fan page, and in the upper right corner, there should be a button that says Insights. You click on that, and it brings you out to your Insights analytics. So here's the screen capture from the Seeds of Music fan page, and it kind of shows, just at a glance, at least on the overview tab, your page likes, post reach, and total engagements from your previous week or whatnot. So you need to, this is definitely something you need to use in order to track what you're doing and how that is working for you. So that's pretty much it. I know this was a little bit different than what we've been normally doing with the interviews, but I know that a lot of you have been having frustrations with marketing your self and getting exposure and building fans on Facebook. So I thought I'd do this real quick training video to kind of spice things up, and hopefully if you like it, we'll do more of this kind of free training throughout the year of 2014. So if you did like this free training, I just want to let you know real quick that coming January 16th, I have this awesome program that's coming out called Atlas Music Marketing that's going to help you not only build better exposure through your social media, but build just like a massive presence online that will not only help you find the fans and build exposure, but also create great relationships with them and eventually sell to them. Just want to let you know, if you had gotten an email about the launch date for Atlas, say if you're on the Seeds of Music newsletter, the launch date was originally set for the 6th. I know I wouldn't change the launch date because I know it can be confusing if that gets changed unless I absolutely had to, but there's some great new content that I'm going to be adding to Atlas over the next 2 weeks, and so that's why I'm moving this launch date to January 16th. So in 2 weeks that's going to be coming out, and I've also created some free video series for you to check out, and it's the top 3 mistakes that musicians make when marketing online. If you want to learn more about this free video series and get instant free access to that, just head over to the link I have listed at the bottom. It's www.atlasmusicmarketing.com/launch-landing-page. So just head over there and get instant access to those free video series. And quick reminder before you go, join the Seeds of Music newsletter. It's free if you haven't. You'll find that over at www.seedsofmusic.net/learn. You'll get more access to more free training like this and updates, and also newsletter exclusive content and much, much more. So thank you for tuning in to this free mini lesson. I hope you loved it, and I'll be seeing you next week, next Thursday morning. And remember, we are the future of music.